Welcome to Both Down episode 193. I still messed it up, didn't
No, I mean, that's fine.
I?
Just keep going.
Welcome to episode 193 of Both Down, the number one Blood Bowl podcast.
From Fort Lupton, Colorado.
I am Scott. I'll mess all these intros up. Prime, and that is the lovely voice of Steve Kilowoggy Campbell.
How's it going?
I pooped.
But hope you mean tired and not just you pooped yourself.
No.
Could be both.
I mean, I'm getting to the age where that is getting more and more like a likely common statement. But no, busy Easter. We're recording on Easter Sunday. I was up at 6:30 this morning, met my folks for Easter breakfast. My dad continues that tradition, even though my grandmother, that was hers. But went to Big Best Biscuit Company and had breakfast with the whole family. And then came home and cooked some food, and then went right back out to my aunt's to eat at 1 o'clock. And got the family around. And my nephew, who was joined the military, he came into town. I mean, not for great reasons, but it was still an excuse to see him. His on the other side of my family, that grandfather is passed. He has cancer, and there's nothing they can do about it. So they said he could have 3 weeks, he could have 3 months. So Isaiah got like some special medical leave thing for like 10 days or something. So he flew in from Florida on Friday and surprised us all and with an appearance here for Easter weekend. And out at my aunt's, we stayed around and hung out, and we played Night Shift, the board game, where everybody is a stripper and you're hustling customers for money. And by the end of it all, you want to have the most money to win the game. So
sounds like a nice family-friendly game.
It was really funny. Like everybody, my sister's family is they're just a little bit more tighter than me and Jennifer, let's just say. And both her kids played it and had a blast. Her husband played it. And it was really funny. So there was 5 of us that played the game. We enjoyed it. Isaiah, who came into town, he ended up actually winning the game by $500.
Wow.
Which is really like a half point because so anyways, we had a good time, and then I came back here. I walked. I'm tired. I hate walking. Like the first 10 minutes, I really hate walking, Steve. Then after that, I can go until we're just done.
Makes sense. I mean,
oh, man, the first 10 minutes, I just hate every freaking second of it.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. So I just hover around.
I went to walk for 30 minutes, and I ended up walking for 40. So
that's good.
Like I said, once I get started, I'm fine. But man, anyways, here we are.
I watched baseball, and
all
that's
day?
all I did. Yeah, it was a doubleheader. They got rained out yesterday.
Okay, I saw they won one game 1-0. Did they win the other?
They did not. They should have. And then they put Ben Brown in, who notoriously stays just a little bit too long and then gives up 3 runs, which is like every game that he's in. So that's consistent.
We're Cubs fans, so when we talk baseball and we don't tell you who we watched, that's who we watched. If you're new to the podcast, so.
Yeah, I realized that I believe this is my 40th year watching the Cubs.
Wow.
So I think I started in 85. Well, I probably started in 84. I don't remember. I have no clue, but I think I got Cubby in Christmas of 85.
Okay. That's a long time.
So I would have been watching before, but then either way, I don't know.
I think you've technically watched the Cubs longer than I have. I think really it was like 88, 89. Was 89 the year they won the pennant?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Back when only 4 teams made the playoffs. Yeah.
Right.
That was, I mean, I watched them before then, but that's what really sold me on like, oh, I'm a Cubs fan. Every game's on TV. Harry Carey, Steve Stone.
Gotcha.
Wild Thing, all that stuff. So.
Yep. Been watching longer. And when I was a kid, I used to get the Cubs fan club magazine or catalog, I guess. There's some type of catalog you'd get that everything was Cubs related. So like trash cans and clothes and towels and...
Well, you're the spoiled kid. Did you get a bunch of that stuff?
No. Wasn't that spoiled. I got Cubby though, so
I thought you were spoiled. You even said that.
I was, but I mean, I didn't. I was spoiled, but mainly at Christmas time and stuff. I don't know.
Okay, I got
But
you.
no, I did not load up on Cub stuff. I'll say
You couldn't throw a Cartman like fit and go,
no,
Mom, I want all this Cub stuff.
no. I would be smacked down. I never really asked for much. I don't remember, but I'm sure I did. I don't know.
Why would you ask for anything? You had like cable TV, so you could stay up watching like the Skinamax shows and stuff.
Skinamax, show it all the time. HBO, my god, yeah, all the fun stuff.
That's what I'm saying. So you had everything you needed.
Yeah, it was too much.
But you didn't have Blood Bowl until you met me. So
That's very true.
Every time you travel, you should thank me.
I often do. I've mentioned it more than once, but yeah, it's weird the way life goes based on just one decision, you know?
That is true.
Because
And
even from, HeroClix, if I wasn't running HeroClix, and the only reason I got into HeroClix was because my buddy Jim bought a couple of packages and went back in and bought another package, and went back in and bought another package, and went back in and bought another package, and he ended up having a ton, so we ended up playing, and then I wanted some, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
oh, I get you. I get you. Speaking of Blood Bowl and choices, we have a lot of Blood Bowl to talk about. At least things that we've ran or you've been to.
True. We're going to do it all in one just because it's easier that way, and Scott's tired, so it should be faster.
I am really tired, and not that anybody cares. I've worked overtime the last 5 weeks now.
Jeez.
And tomorrow I have another double. So that is a 7 a.m. shift till midnight.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It sucks balls. So,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, and our website is still not up. The original feed is still dead, I think. So if you're hearing this, congrats. Thank you.
Yeah.
Apparently, the old feed also is going to YouTube, so I need to get that fixed. I don't know how.
Okay. That explains that because somebody asked me about that. And okay.
Yeah, someone mentioned at the tournament yesterday. It's like, is it on YouTube? I go, yeah, it is. However, let me look real quick. I'm like, nope, it has not updated in 3 months.
Right. That's what somebody asked me too. So,
yeah. Okay, we'll get that taken care of. But yeah, so anything to talk about in the league, or just want to go into tournaments?
league wise, I mean, when did we podcast last? Do you know the date?
No.
I'm sitting at number 2 in the league right now with my Orcs. Thank God I didn't have to play any more Bretonian teams. But all that's behind me, and I don't know. They're just kind of league stuff is fun and yet kind of boring. You don't still do a league up there anymore, right?
I haven't done a league in ages.
It's just like it's the obvious skill choices all the time,
Yes.
like gonna take a block. Oh, is it block or guard? Well, and it's and what I'm doing is I'm being very selective of when to take skills or when to not, because like I played so many Bretonian teams. I had like 5 guys that could skill up, maybe 6. I just didn't because like why put block on them, give them bloat when Bretonians are just going to wrestle me down anyway. So I finally I now have some big ends with block, and I have a blitzer, with tackle, and so I'm building my team up slowly. We'll see how they play out. The averages on the team captain reroll are starting to come down a little bit because I had a few games where I got a whole bunch of rerolls back from team captain.
Right.
The troll average is starting to, for a while there it was pretty high that I rolled bonehead or stupidity, but it's starting to come down a little bit too. It's still higher than 1 out of 6, but still. No real complaints. No real complaints. So we'll see. My next matchups for the league is Chaos Dwarves, and I have a mirror match with an Orc team that the guy I'm playing, anytime he has a chance to get a skill, he'll take it. So I think I'm getting like 200 in inducements from him into our game if I choose not to skill up any of my guys. And
right.
It's so early in the season, I might just work the inducements as much as I can and see what happens. So I kind of wanted to talk to you about some Detroit stuff, but we can save that
Sure.
for later. But let's talk about going right into it. Is that what we're
Oklahoma?
doing?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go into Orclahoma. We'll give them the dates and what we did and all that.
Oh, dates. I'm supposed to know this stuff. So it was March 13th, 14th, and 15th. On the 13th, we had the Fermanelli Classic, which is our revamped draft kind of sevens tournament that everyone enjoys. And then Oklahoma Bowl back to regular rules on Saturday, and Spiky back to regular quote unquote rules on Sunday.
Correct. We had, I believe, 12 people for the Friday night event. This was hosted in the Hilton Gardens. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hilton,
Yeah.
Hilton
Norman.
Gardens Hotel. Those people kind of let us. Once we got there, we got to set up the room how we wanted. They full access to the TVs. They did, I thought, an okay job on. They always made sure that we had plenty of. Anytime we asked for something, we got it. So
Yeah.
they did a good job on that. And clean bathrooms, so you can't ask for much more than that. So Friday night kicked off with 12 people, but sevens is not for everybody anyways.
Right. And then this is a very modified form of sevens where it's any 7 players except you can have to have one big guy at least, then only one 2+ agility person. Then all the positionals have to be different races, but all the linemen can be whatever.
Correct, but they have to be lineman positions. So,
Yeah.
for example, my team this year was a Noble Blitzer, a War Dancer, a Skaven Blitzer, and then for my 5 strength guy, I did a Croxagore this year, which I changed up stuff. Last year was a different team.
Yeah.
For my lineman, I had a Beastman, a Skink Runner, and then I chose a Dwarf Lineman this year. Those are all the Beastman and the Skink Runner those were choices from last year as well. But a lot of new positionals this year, and then of course the free bench player that we got since it's the Fermanelli Classic is Ricardo Fermanelli, the skeleton. So we got him for free. Everybody received 1 reroll and only 1, and then no skills. It was just like whatever you have is what you have.
Yep.
We had odd people, so I got to play in this event, which I was happy because, God, I hate saying this every time to Steve, but like, this is, I mean, it feels wrong to say it, but this is so far my favorite format of sevens because, like, every team you face is different. I really thought when you suggested this 2 years ago or a year ago that we'd all see the same exact teams.
Yeah.
And it would just be like, we've solved this problem. It's just mirror matches.
Not at all. They're all completely different.
They're all completely different. And so much so that even with the new 2025 rules, even more so different. I mean, like, and every time I played somebody, I sat down, sat across from them and I looked at the roster and I was like, oh, I should have done that. Like, I really, instead of having the Noble Blitzer, I really wish I would have done the human Blitzer because I didn't even think about the block and the tackle, together on that.
And I mean, with 7 people, where 4 of them are linemen, you only have to worry. 3 of them are linemen. Yeah, sorry. You don't have to worry about 4 real people with skills, and one of them's a big guy, and then one of them's 2 agility. So really, those are easy to remember. So really, it's just a mix-up of 2 quasi-different people every game.
Yeah. Once again, I was very happy that I have like over 40 miniatures for my Bator's Blackhearts team, my Chaos Pack team, or my Chaos Renegades team. But I have a lot of different minis, so I can sub in like this guy represents this, or like I have a real Beastman lineman to represent a Marauder. So I have a Chaos Dwarf lineman to represent a Marauder. So I got to sub in everybody to make this pretty dang accurate itself. And I even had it's like a turtle model that was from Impact Miniatures, and I had it painted in the colors for my team. So I'll never use that model for a Croxagore with the Chaos Pack team, of course. But
right.
He's now part of the group. So I that was my team. First round, I played Robert Love. I cannot remember what his team was, but I do remember, like, again, I looked at the roster and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about, like, this guy. That's actually a pretty good choice. It made me second guess some of my team stuff. Lo and behold, I won the game 2-1. I had one casualty. On to round two. Round two, I played Austin Faulkner. Last year we played each other, same top table, same round, and we had the same result. I won this game. It was a better result. Last year I won 3-0. This year I won 1-0. He had 3 casualties against me. I had 1 against him. And then round 3 was I was on top table against Matt Strickland, one of our local guys. If I remember correctly, if Matt wins, straight up wins, he wins the tournament. If we tie, I think I default to winning the tournament. And then, of course, if I win, it's over. This was a close game, 2-1. I had 1 casualty to 0, and I won the Ricardo Ferminelli tournament for the second year in a row. Well, same style of tournament,
right.
but the first Ricardo Ferminelli Classic. So
this is why Scott likes that format so much.
Well, I mean, that's why I need to come back on here after going 0-3 and tell you if I really like this format.
Right.
But I actually kind of do, because even going, we're going to Detroit for a Oracle Cup. Well, they're doing a sevens event. And at first I was like, oh, I'll try this now with this team. And then I was like, wait a second. This is not the same sevens type of tournament. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm personally not as interested as I was before.
That's fair.
So it's just cool seeing different mixes and matches. It's very simple. There's only 8 characters or 8 players.
Yeah.
There's 1 reroll. So it just keeps it fairly simple. You do not have to worry about, like, what skills this guy has, what skills this guy doesn't have, et cetera, et cetera. So
one nice thing about it, though, is the fact that you don't have to worry about matchups like, oh, I'm going up against Skaven, they're going to speed me to death. I'm going up against Nobility, they're going to control me to death. They're going up against Halflings, they're just going to throw one-turn touchdown people. So it's not matchup based, it's just play your game and see what happens.
Correct. And really, just like most sevens things, you just kind of just go for it, because you don't have a lot of rerolls or a lot of other stuff to, like,
nothing to fall back on. Yeah.
You just play, because and I will say with both events, it was just, I had great dice all night. And if you have great dice all night, especially in sevens,
yeah,
and only 3 rounds, you're just gonna somehow get there. So
you got to be lucky to win,
for sure. Do you have all the other awards?
So you came in first. Joe Smith came second. Juggernaut had most touchdowns.
I think that was Paul Acra. I think
sounds right.
Okay.
Maastricht.
Maastricht is Matt
Strickland.
Matt Strickland.
Yeah, Strickland got best painted. Austin got the third place Delsing Cup. Best defense went to Perverted Ghost 45, which is
that's Ben Burns.
Ben Burns. Back of the pack went to Zarian. Yeah, I don't remember. We're bad at names.
I'm looking at it. Well,
and then best sport went to Bobby Love, because he was just having a blast the whole time.
Let's see here. I'm gonna try to go back to.
You're gonna go back to the pack.
Going back to time. So who did you say? Zarian must have been John Reynolds, most casualties?
No, back to the pack.
Back to the pack. That was Shane Fluellen.
I didn't put in most casualties. Weird. Let me edit this real quick. Who was that?
So first place, Scott Prime. Second place, Joe Smith. Third place, Austin Faulkner. Best offense, Paul Acra. Best defense, Ben Burns. Most casualties, John Reynolds. I don't know his NAF name.
Yeah.
We had a stunty cup, even though there is no stunty team. So we decided that it's the team with the most stunties that finished the highest. And
Something like that.
almost everybody was tied with just one stunty if they had it at all. So Paul got that. Fan favorite, Matt Strickland, and then Robert Love for best sportsman, and then back of the pack was Shane Fluellen. So
next year, I will remember not to get awards for best stunty.
The stunty. Correct. I'm actually okay with it if somebody was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to have 3 Goblin linemen just to try to win the most stunty award.
It's they could. Okay. Yeah. Sounds horrible.
Yes, it does sound horrible for sure. But anyways, so that was night 1. We wrapped up stuff. We tried to start this thing at 7, and it's still, even though it's like 1 hour rounds with everybody needing, time in between or to finish equal turns. I feel like we wrapped up about 10:45, 11
something
o'clock
like
with
that.
the awards and stuff.
Yeah. So. A little bit later than we'd like, but people need breaks in between. So
sure. I mean, I don't smoke, but I know other people do, and they need that. So
and then we just kind of hung out and then went back to sleep.
Yes. So going into Saturday, I was the odd man out, and if I had to play, I was gonna. I don't know why. I thought like I need to play Bretonians because Bretonians is a new team by GW.
Mm-hmm.
Not even thinking about how the NAF keeps every record ever created. They don't even put like old Bretonians, which were like nobles.
Yeah, there was
the old stuff.
There was talk about it, but they deemed it they weren't different enough to bother. And if you really want to go look at old records, you can do that.
I guess so. So I decided to play Bretonians. I didn't know how they were going to be. I didn't feel like they were going to be very good. Other people tell me they're good. Other people tell me they're not very good. So anyways, I played, I used my, they kind of look like a Bretonian team or a Nobles team that I won from Lubbock at the Matador Melee last year. So I just used that team.
Mm-hmm.
I did 2 Grail Knights, one with Tackle, one with Frenzy. I did a Knight Thrower with Leader. And then I had 8 Bretonian Squires, one of them with Strip Ball, 3 rerolls. And the reason I didn't have any more skills is because I took 2 star players. I took Mighty Zug as 1 star player. And even though I knew I shouldn't have, and if I could go back, I probably wouldn't have, I took Puggy Bacon Breath as my other star player to give him a shot. So here we go into Saturday. We are using the rules for a Moracle Cup this weekend.
Yeah.
It was a good time for people to either practice teams they were thinking about using, and I know at least 4 people did that during the weekend. Some of the Dallas guys were play testing. So here we go. Did we have, was it 34, 36?
34 sounds right. Might be 36.
We had like 40 pay.
Well, we didn't, that always happens.
Yeah, it always happens, but I can't remember if it was 34 or 36. Anyways, we had odd people. So I got to play.
It was 34.
34.
Yep.
Okay. So I got to play. So here we go with Scott's fun matchups. Let me go to BB Manager here, which is a really excellent program.
Yeah, I love BBTM. There are things I need to request updated still. I keep forgetting, but
to my knowledge, we didn't really have any problems with it all weekend.
No.
Once we got people logged in. I mean, yeah, they have to have their NAF name and all that.
I think the one person just could not get in at all, but that's easy enough to fix.
Yeah, Shane he had no problems Friday night, but he had problems all day Saturday.
Made no sense.
It really didn't. Okay, I'm almost there.
What's that one podcast you listen to where the guys sound like really old, grumpy dudes who just keep telling you to wait while they look up stuff?
That's this one,
Yep,
right?
sure is.
Well, I'll
As
be
we
honest.
keep going.
We're not super prepared, but
Yeah, that's what people expect.
low expectations.
I mean, we don't have a website, so, you know.
Yeah, we're I'm trying to find my matchup. I don't even know what table I was on. I'm looking.
Don't think it matters what table you're on. Just
Well, it
find your
does in
name.
PBTM, right?
Find your name. And then just all you have to do is hit my matches.
Oh, I'm the old guy that doesn't know where I'm at. Okay. Table 6, round 1. I face Zurian, which is Shane Fluellen. He had a gnome team. Of course, I had my Brits. And really nicely painted gnome team, by the way.
And in fact, he won the Best Painted Award.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember anymore. Well, that's good. It was really nice. This game was a 2-0 game. I had six casualties with my Bretonians.
You did go up against gnomes.
Yeah.
How many foxes did you kill?
I don't know if I killed any. I don't remember.
Okay.
We should have done this like the week after. I have very little recall at all this weekend.
This is why I take notes.
No, it's a good thing.
And still forget.
I'm usually pretty good at remembering stuff, but I don't. So that was round 1. Round 2, I do have details for this one. I moved all the way to the top table where I faced off against Thomas and Bush. We played in the past a few times. Here we are at top table. He had a human team. I cannot remember his roster if he even had a star. But we faced off. This game ended up being 1-0. But if you don't get a double skull from Zug, it very well could have been a tie game for sure. All I needed Zug to do, well, I needed a few things. But what I needed Zug to do more than anything is to go blitz a guy and do anything but double skull.
Right.
I had a reroll, and then I had a thrower. All he had to do after this was cleared off is the thrower would go pick up the ball. He'd walk up the field. He'd throw a little short pass as long as the guy caught. Again, I had a reroll. I had 3 rolls to make or whatever.
So pick up the ball, throw, catch.
And
That's
then I'm
insignificant.
I'm far enough away where Thomason can't catch me.
Right.
Like he even knows this. Zug goes to throw the block. I roll. I might have had. No, I didn't have. Maybe I had 2 rerolls. It doesn't matter because I rolled a double skull. And then, of course, I had to re-roll it.
Mm-hmm.
And Zug rolled a 1. So, therefore, Zug went down, and it changed the course of the game because Thomason then hit some of my guys down. He picked up the ball. That's what it was. We were tied 0-0 when this happened. So, like, he was kind of dominating the game, and I was just holding in there. And this was my one chance to do this. Again, Zug just has to have a push to clear off the guy. And, of course, I botch it up. And then Thomason just scoops up the ball. He huddles around it. I try to jump into a cage. I cannot do it, of course. And the game ends 1-0. So congrats to Thomason on that. He's 2-0, and I'm 1-1 going backwards on the tables. We have a lunch. I don't remember what we did for lunch.
I went and got steak. I had lunch with Vin, and then you went somewhere out and got food.
Yeah, I think I might have just went and got a sandwich or something.
I think so.
Something like that. That's right. You went and had a steak with your buddy.
It was good.
Round 6, I play Chaos Cup champion Patrick Leclerc. He's playing Necro, practicing for a Oracle Cup. His team, I'm going to complain, even though I probably shouldn't. He had 4 guard, which is really tough to move around. He had, of course, the guys with, the scary ghost guys, the Frankenstein flesh golems that you can't push back. And I hung in there. I did everything I could. First half, he stopped me from scoring. I somehow stopped him from scoring, so we go to halftime. We get into halftime. I kick off to him, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to lose this 1-0. I keep just trying to do whatever I can. I got to jump into a cage. I got to do this and that. I spring the ball free eventually. I believe it went out of bounds and then went down the opposite way, what I needed it to do. So it wasn't closer to the end zone for Patrick. And then my next 2 turns, I get I might have got all the casualties. I think I got 5. Yeah, I ended up with 5 casualties.
Mm-hmm.
I might have even got a few knockouts. And anyways, long story short, this game was 1-0. I won. I couldn't believe it. Patrick's a great player. We always have tight matchups anyways, but it felt good to get a win against him.
Yeah.
So that made me feel pretty good. And then I'm thinking oh, maybe I can win the next game and maybe finish top 3 or something. Well, round 4, I play Mark Berg, who's running the same exact necro team as Patrick Leclerc is running. And this was the total opposite of my other game. Mark dominated the first half.
Did the scary ghost guys get you?
Here's what really happened. I kept my cool because before me and Mark's played, and I played the kind of bitching about dice, but then really I ended up winning the game, so I can't really bitch, type thing. So I was trying to be on my best behavior, and I think I was all weekend, quite frankly. But I was not gonna say oh, you got hot dice or anything like that.
Yeah.
We get down to, I think we're at turn 7. And again, he's knocking my guys down. And I'm like, Mark, I'm just curious for the podcast when I talk about this. You've been dominating me. I don't remember you ever pushing me, happen to take a push or anything like that. I feel like the whole game you've done nothing but roll pals. And he goes, that's because I have. And I said, for real? Because I don't want to over exaggerate. Because I know that you get 3 blocks in a row and I'm like, oh, you got hot dice.
Of course, yeah.
This stuff. And he goes, no, legit. This whole game, I rolled nothing but pals. I've knocked you down. And I think about 50% of the time I at least stun you. And I was like, okay, that's how it feels. And I'm glad you had that. Mark dominated me. He won 2-0. I think he ended up getting second place. But you're going to tell us what we did. So I went 2 wins, 2 losses for the day with Bretonians. I don't.
Who'd you play last round?
That was Mark Berg.
Who'd you play third round?
I played Patrick Leclerc.
Who'd you play second round?
Thomas and Bush. In the first round, I played Shane Llewellyn.
Okay, I guess you did go through all of them.
I did go through all of them.
I thought you missed one. Sorry.
No. I don't get Bretonians. I don't get what they're supposed to do.
Well, you also did take 2 stars.
I did take 2 stars because I felt like every other player was not worth taking.
Well, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but is that a good test of the team?
I don't know. And you're right. I don't know. I just, they feel like they should be really good because they have all this wrestle, but at the same time,
I don't know how that makes you good. Wrestle's a good skill on 1 or 2 people to take down people when you need to.
Yes, I guess it's a better offensive skill than a defensive skill. That's for sure.
And yeah, you guys stay alive, but you're still 8+ on the armor.
I felt like just not having one guy with 4 strength or 5 strength so you could have an unassisted block somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that's why I needed Zug. Again, maybe this is just a team that you're going to take to challenge yourself. And I know there's somebody out there that's going well, in my league, I'm 9-0 and all this stuff. And that's great. I just don't understand them quite yet.
So how did the steady footing work for you? At all?
Never. I don't ever recall it working. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it didn't. I mean, somebody's might be sitting at home listening to this and go, yeah, dude, it worked 4 times against me. But I also don't think like my Grail Knights got hit so much that it was, a big deal type of
Right.
thing. I know every time Puggy lost the ball when somebody tackled him, like actually got to him to tackle him, armor broke, casualty gone.
Jeez.
I mean, just it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So,
well, not the best.
no, not the best. How did the awards shape out for everybody?
First place went to Colin Murphy out of Texas with Skaven. Then second, as you said, was
No.
what?
Hold on. Colin Murphy was not there.
No,
First
what's
place.
Dunware's?
First place was Colin Withrow.
Withrow. Sorry, my wrong last name. I knew it was
Yep.
Colin.
Yeah, it was a Colin. It was another great Colin player from Texas.
Yeah.
That I guess used to play online, and now he's going to come to every tournament and win.
Well, he went to Euro Bowl last year and was the highest ranking American coach, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because he was on Craig's squad and didn't know him from Adam basically, and knew that he was in Texas and hadn't made it to too many tournaments, and then winds up being amazing. So.
Well, yeah, he barred my Skaven team, so I kind of won this tournament.
Right, of course.
That's how I feel.
That's the important thing.
I gave him my Skaven. I said, "Here's my Arconian rats. Here, take care of them. This is my first team I've ever painted back in 1990. Please take care of them." And he goes, "Yes." He goes, "We're going to win this together, me and you." And I was like, "Yes, go team." So,
well, congrats on your win.
Thank you. It's nice to win at Orclahoma Bowl finally, kind of. First place was Colin Withrow. Second place was Mark Berg. Third place was Gavin LeClaire. Best offense went to Jordan Knudsen. Best defense was Jason Campbell. Most brutal was William Toops. Fan favorite was Shane Llewellyn. That's the painted best team type award. Best sport went to Jessup LaRue.
He was new. I think he's one of the Ponca City guys, who's Stillwater guy.
Oh, that's cool. Stunty Cup was Robert Love. And then back of the pack, our last place wooden spoon, it was Clay Knuckles.
I think he got that last year too.
Did he?
Think so.
Clay Knuckles has the best like Blood Bowl goblin name ever. Every time I hear his name, I think of like a goblin with these big giant brass knuckles in his hands.
Yeah.
And like the knuckles are so big, there's no way this guy can really carry this, but it's like a cartoony, like a Pete Nifton looking picture, and I just love it. So that was Orclahoma Bowl. So then after that, we hung out. A lot of the Dallas guys got together for their big group game of Thunder Valley. If you ever never played that board game and you like chaos, that's the game to get. Mike Patterson has the fancy version, Kickstarter version of that, and it's really
it does look really cool.
We ended up just kind of gabbing and hanging out, and then we ate some pizza, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And then we played some Flip 7 and just gabbed. It was me, you, Jen, and Austin, I think, that just sat around and gabbed. Like other people played some board games, and then we called it a night.
Then the next morning, we got up to do it all over a third time with Spiky Cup. And this year's rule was Snot's Madness. So anytime anybody left the pitch, a Snotling would pop in.
So I was prepared. I was like, I might have to be the odd man out. If so, I'm thinking about taking Elf Union to Detroit for a Oracle Cup. I'll give this a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I took looks like a 13-player roster. I had one thrower with leader. I had, looks like 8. Is that right? 8 linemen. One of them with wrestle. I had 2 catchers, one with dodge, one with wrestle. I had a blitzer with frenzy and tackle, and I had a blitzer with dodge. I had 3 rerolls, and that was my team. I ended up having to be the odd man out and play another 3 games of Blood Bowl.
Did you play all 3? Or did you... Yeah, I guess you did play all 3. Okay.
I played all 3, my dear sir.
Okay.
Why don't you waste some time, and I'm gonna go find the matches for this.
Oh. Well, this one, as you know, is typically it's casualty and knockout based. This year I changed it up a little bit, so stunties got different points than regular. So a stunty knockout was 1 bonus point, regular knockout was 2. Stunty casualty was 3, regular casualty was 4. Because especially with snotlings just popping in all over the place, then who knew what was going to happen? Which worked better in my mind, but nobody had an advantage at any time because snotlings kept popping in. So
Yeah. So if you're not clear on what Steve's saying, let's say your player gets knocked out. Immediately, a snotling comes in standing up. And then let's say that guy gets hit and knocked out. Another one comes back in. You never get a man advantage, even
yep.
if you're playing Elf Union and you're like shocked that you knocked out like 3 orcs. It doesn't matter because there's a snotling there. And in some ways, with 1 strength, they're more annoying with sidestep.
Sidestep and stunty and dodge, just annoying.
It was really annoying. We had 16 people start this day off. So some people traveled back early. Some people stuck around.
Yeah. I don't blame them.
Oh, I can't blame them. There was some people that showed up for the first time that we knew was only going to stay for the 1 day. I was the odd man out, and I was started off on table 3 against Robert Love. I can't. He had halflings, I believe. I'm looking. Can you see what he had?
I can find out real quick.
Okay. Well,
he had Imperial Nobility.
So okay. He had Imperial Nobility.
Not
That's
quite
right.
halflings.
He had the nobility. I forgot about that. There was many times in this game where I knocked out players thinking, oh, here we go. And then the snotling would pop up. And I learned really quickly the frustration of these damn snotlings because this was a tournament you wanted a stun more than anything. And I'm not joking. You'd rather have the stun, at least in most cases, than you wanted the snotlings to come out. But so it happened. This game, I don't really remember much, except it was really frustrating. The most frustrating part was it was not just a plain snotling. You could have had snotlings with skills like diving tackle and other things. And
it could have been a plain snotling. It could have been a plain Noblar.
Some of them blew up.
Could have been an exploding guy.
It was really sucked balls. The theme of this is I really hated this event.
Yeah.
One day Steve's going to have to play his own painful tournaments.
Yeah, this one did not go as well as I expected. So
I heard a lot of feedback and people didn't like this.
Next year will definitely be different.
Okay. Anyways, I ended up winning this game 2-0, 1 casualty to 1 casualty, and off to round 2. I'm trying to find my matchup here. I play. I get to play Gavin LeClaire with his Skaven team, who he's practicing for a Oracle Cup. And golly, I don't know if I want to say anything or not. I don't know if I want to reveal the secret or not, but I think if you're playing Skaven, you already know the secret. So,
oh, yeah,
Skaven are going to be a problem at a Oracle Cup. That's all I'm going to say until a later episode. How about
after
that?
a Oracle Cup, we can talk about it. Which again, we don't know what other people know, so it might be a widely known thing. Maybe it's not.
Anyways, this was a very painful matchup. This was a matchup where Gavin actually went out 2-0, was dominating the game. I got the ball. I was like, well, I got to score as fast as I can to even have a chance. I scored in like 2 turns, kicked the ball back off to him, and then started knocking players out, stunning players left and right. Gavin had to eventually go to I'm going to surround my ball carrier with every player I can. That way you can't touch them.
Yeah.
And that's literally how he protected the ball. I had like 1 chance at it. I think I rolled a push push, re-rolled push push, and that was the game. But for just a little bit, I made Gavin sweat it out. For he was like, "Oh my god, you're gonna tie this up," and I was like, "Well, I sure hope so." But it was a fun game. Once again, we talked stuff. We talked about this tournament. We talked about the whole weekend of tournaments. We talked about a Oracle Cup and our theories. And always the Twins are always a tough draw because they're really good players. But I always enjoy playing them. So even though most of the time I'm on the losing end. But
Yeah.
anyways, they're always a great challenge and good dudes to play. So I lost this game 2-1. Then we decided not to have a lunch. We decided just to play this through. About this time, we noticed there was a big wreck outside on the highway, or a power line was down, keeping traffic.
Yeah, we had really crazy winds, just like super 60, 70, 90 mile an hour winds, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, a cold front blew through, and the winds were just insane.
Yeah, they were taking down power lines, and one went down by the highway, which then caught it on fire, the side by on fire, I think, which was causing smoke or something.
At this point, I know that morning Thomason was planning on playing, but decided to go back to Texas early. He even said going back to Lubbock that once the winds kicked in, it was awful.
Yeah.
We had between rounds 2 and 3, we had a few people drop. Like it was like, oh, I'm dropping the tournament. I was like, oh, I get to drop. And then I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and drop 2. Then I was like, oh, now I'm playing again. So round 3, I played Brent Davis. His online name is Cheese Papa.
Cheese Papa.
Cheese Papa. I think he said he was from maybe Chicago area. He was from Oklahoma. He moved away. Now he has buddies here. So he came here,
right,
visited friends, and played. We had a great close game. I kind of got lucky on my drive that I scored on. I stunned like 3 of his orcs, which was even better than knocking them out but it just killed him because he didn't have the players on the field.
And
it allowed me to score I went up 1-0. I kick off to him, and I had to play the game where I just like put a wall up 1 square away from his line of scrimmage constantly, until he tried to like do something risky, and I got a shot on the ball carrier and actually knocked the ball free. And long story short, 1-0 game. He had 1 casualty. I had 0. But it was a super tight game. He even had a chance to, I think, pick up and throw right near the end, and it didn't happen. So close game, 1-2. Like I said, 1-0. Finished the game, finished the tournament, 2 wins and 1 loss.
It's not bad.
And no, not bad at all. I don't know if I took this roster to a Oracle Cup, I don't know if it's exactly the right roster I want. Or if it'd be better to just, because if you take a guy with a stack, 2 skills, you're giving up basically 2 skills for other players, and I just don't know.
I don't think it's worth it.
You don't think it's worth it?
Probably not. No. Skills
but
are important. So.
No, I understand that, and I don't know either. I really like. I'm such a. I need 1 guy with frenzy. I need 1 guy with tackle, and I need 1 guy with wrestle, and I have to have those. And
Yep.
I don't feel comfortable, and I just don't think I can do that if I take this team. I was 100% sold on taking this team to a Oracle Cup until Orclahoma Bowl weekend, and after seeing Necro play out, and even the orcs, because there's so much stuff you can get with orcs. Like you can get 4 rerolls with orcs.
Oh yeah.
And with the team captain and everything, I'm super second guessing everything at this point, and we only have almost 3 weeks to decide.
Pretty much, yeah.
So soon I will have a choice. I'll have to make a choice, but I don't know what to do. And of course, Necro, man, they're a pain in the butt with their team. So, anyways,
so overall, Patrick Leclerc did come in first. He won 3 games. He was the only undefeated, and he played Skaven. he had a decent number of casualties, so that helped. But not often that a Skaven team wins this tournament, or like a quote unquote agility team wins this tournament.
Correct. So yes, so first place went to Patrick Leclerc. Um, did he have a Skaven too? He played the same team his brother did.
Did Gavin play Skaven? Yeah, I guess he did. I know Patrick had Skaven. I don't know if they had the same
No,
exact team or not.
no. Yeah, they both did. They played the same team.
Okay.
So okay. Patrick won first place. Josh Whitley won second place. Kenny Hudman won third place. He was also playing Elf Union. His team was slightly different build than mine. I think he spread out more of the skills than I did.
Did he
Best
not play
offense went
Skaven?
to Gap. What's that?
Did he not play Skaven?
Kenny? I thought he played.
I have
Maybe
him
he
in here
played.
as Skaven, so
Oh, you do. They all three played the same team. You're right. It was on Saturday. He played Elf Union, and
okay.
it was a very similar build to mine. Those three play test together and everything a lot. So I think they're part of the traveling Euro team or something. Best offense went to Gavin Leclerc. Best defense went to myself, which really shocked me, but I'll take it. Really happy.
I think you only gave up one touchdown.
No, I mean, it makes sense. It just still shocked me. Always happy to get a cool little award. Most brutal went to Mike Patterson because why not? He always beats people up. Fan favorite went to Austin Faulkner. Best sportsman went to Brett Davis. Stunty Cup went to Joe Smith. Back of the pack went to Robert Love. So there's your awards, and it wrapped up Spiky Cup 14.
Yep.
And
of course,
what we do know for
flying
Spiky
back
Cup
with all that wind got delayed, so I didn't get in till like 1 a.m. That was fun. Just me.
You have the worst luck with airplane rides.
Not really. I just fly a lot lately, and
maybe
stuff
that's
happens.
It. Maybe you fly so much it feels like you do, but you always feel like you have a story.
I fly a lot. Apparently, it's a lot more than I ever thought it would.
Look at you and your frequent flyer miles.
Well, being right near Denver helps.
How many times have you joined the Mile High Club?
I think just with other people or just myself.
Just the Mile High Club.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
care. However you
No, we don't need to talk about it.
Probably not. Can you imagine somebody having the urge to go jerk off on a plane in that tiny quarters? That'd be terrible.
Could not even imagine. Like, I get a window seat because I have a good bladder. I don't need to get up and use the restroom. I don't ever want to get up and use the restroom. I just want to sit in my seat and be done.
People of our size can't really use the bathroom at those places anyways. That wrapped up Orclahoma Bowl weekend 14.
I think it was a fun weekend for overall. Next year, we might have a new thing that we're doing. We haven't totally cleared it yet. But we know someone who runs Token Con, which is the big board gaming tournament in Oklahoma City.
So, yeah. So what we're definitely not going back to that hotel.
Yeah. As nice as they are, as good as it was.
Yeah, they had great service. I left them a really nice review.
Mm-hmm.
I won't get around that, act like it was a terrible time. It was a nice hotel. They put out free cookies at night. They didn't care if we grabbed some to snack on. They had like unlimited iced tea and coffee and all that. They never complained if we had them fill up our ice cups and that. So I did give them a very, very nice review. Where it could, the reason we're probably not going back is they're ready. They have new management, and luckily we got grandfathered in, but they tried to raise the rates on us.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it was also fine. I was happy that they stuck with what they actually said in emails.
Yeah.
And honored, that price. But there is a chance that TokenCon, that's also run every March, might be interested in hosting a Blood Bowl. And this is a gaming tournament that's held in Oklahoma City. It runs for 4 days. We don't really know anymore. Most of the years it's ran on the same weekend as Orclahoma Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So we might try to hook up with them because we know somebody who knows somebody and talk to them and see about the options of maybe. And what this might lead to is not only a possible venue where you could play board games all weekend in addition to Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
But it could mean even a fourth possible Blood Bowl tournament if we do a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type event. If we chose to. And I'm not saying we're going to choose to. But I'm just saying there's a lot of theories right now, and we have an email for a guy, so we haven't even talked to the guy. But this is just talking out loud with you guys.
Yeah. It would be cool. And like I said, it's a board game convention, and I know people who've gone and enjoyed it. So I only play Blood Bowl. So
every year that we do not go to that, it's like just to go play games all week. And they're like, I'm surprised you and your friends don't go. And it's like, well, I'm usually busy with Color Guard, or Orclahoma weekend is the same exact weekend as that. So anyways, that wraps up that.
Yeah.
So I got to play 10 games of Blood Bowl, and boy, was my arms tired.
It's a lot. It's more than World Cup, which is, shocking.
Is it? Oh, because
it's only 10 games versus 9. Now it's 3 sevens games, so it's a little different, but still. So yeah, that's that weekend. I just had a tournament at the house. So Craig Ashby runs the Royal Rumble. Random
Royale Rumble, right?
Random Rumble. I'm an idiot. It's Random Rumble. I always want to call it Royal Rumble.
Well, we stole the idea from you, and we've ran a Random Royale, I think is what we called ours. Yeah. So maybe that's where you're getting that.
Yeah, it's the Random Rumble Rolling to the Future. So it was originally going to be at a store about an hour south of us. And then that store closed down, so Craig's like, well, just have it at the house. Ended up having 16 people. It was really cool. Craig got tables and chairs and set up the living room and had plenty of space. And I decided, since I didn't have to go far, going to take advantage of that and play Gnomes, because it has 2 big trees and deep root, so I don't have to worry about traveling with them. I still hate Gnomes. Like, I did end up winning a game. So I went 1 win against humans and a loss against Nurgle and another team. God dang.
You just played yesterday.
I literally just played yesterday, and it was the final match, too.
If you would update your posts on the Facebook page with details like Kilowoggy playing Gnomes versus humans,
I did.
You could go reference that. No, you didn't. You just put like, here we go, next match.
I put updates like when I did. Anyways, it was Noah's Slan. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I wanted to forget. So round 1, I go up against Nurgle. All I wanted to do what? Oh, yeah, my roster was Deep Root, Block on the 2 trees, 2 Beastmasters with Dodge, a Fox with Sprint, and 1 Gnome with Lethal Flight. All I wanted to do was throw that dude using Deep Root's Bullseye to hit somebody and, hurt him. Never happened. Not once.
What was the Nurgle build like? Oh, these are random skills, right? So
No. The randomness is just, so first round, if you hurt yourself, you get a random point. And then it adds up, changes every round.
It's different than the random skill one that y'all ran many years ago.
Yeah, he hasn't done the random skill one in a while, not since I've been here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nurgle was very plain bones. It's what you would expect with Nurgle.
Is it 4 big guys with block and then the 2 Pestigores?
Yeah. Yeah, just there was nothing really special. I think the Pestigore, he doubled up. One had Juggernaut and Strip Ball, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But that team, like, I can't do anything I want. I can't hurt people because they've got high armor. I can't move them around because they have stand firm. His picking me up with the Beast of Nurgle worked more than it should. It felt like. So that's just really annoying. And I'm gnomes, so I did almost win in the sense of he was going down the sideline and he was pretty much caged up, safe. But since I'm gnomes and I don't care about them and I'm stunty, I dodged into the 2 tackle zones and did 2 dice uphill and wrestled him down. The ball goes out of bounds. It goes 10 straight in to the middle where basically only I am, but I'm too slow, so I can't do much, and he gets the ball back and walks in. But I lost 2-1. Second round, I go up against humans. This one, John just had bad luck, so we'll put it that way. And then I ended up winning 2-1. Then last round, go up against Slan. I can't stop frogs from doing stuff. Like I focused on he had 2 catchers. I focused on him. I hit him multiple times. Never hurt a single one. I caused 2 casualties like late in the game, but just did not matter. And he's just leaping all over the place, no problem. Because there's no negatives. They can just, here I am, boom, 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 boom. So it wasn't a great time for me. I had fun, but
what was the final score in that game?
It was 2-0 him.
Okay.
And he had 5 casualties to my 2.
Well, the good news is you didn't have to travel.
No, absolutely. I did take an APOTH. I used it to keep the Fox on the pitch from a knockout in this final game. And it actually came in handy because he ended up doing a lot and not dying. He got hit, I want to say 4 times after that, went down, and he did not break his armor. Until like the very end. I think it killed him. But until then, it was impressive since his armor is so freaking low. But yeah, 3 gnome games knocked out, so I just have 1 more to do with them before I hit 10. And I don't have any desire to do that at any point in the future. But I did get Stunty Cup because I was only Stunty, so I'll take it.
That's good.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. So
next month I have Blucifer Brawl for Frontline Gaming, May 2nd and 3rd. So I got to do that.
Is that in Colorado?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's downtown in the tech center.
Okay.
So it should be a nice hotel this year, and I don't know how many people they've got signed up. You know how Blood Bowl players are; they only sign up for the next tournament. Depends.
Well, I mean, Orclahoma, we thought we were going to have like less than 10 people until like 2 weeks before. So
yeah, no doubt.
And then I totally get that. So
yeah, there's supposed to be, they have like a premium package for like $90 or something, and you get custom dice and custom block dice and custom pitch. No idea what the pitch looks like yet. They haven't sent it to me. No idea on the dice. Been very slow information wise, but should be fun.
Let's talk Oracle real quick.
Yeah.
We know what our team's going to be, except for me.
I think so. I think Craig's taking Skaven. I'm taking Nobility for sure.
And Gary's taking Humans. Last time I talked to him.
Okay.
What do you feel like? I don't know. Probably
Orcs.
Nobody really cares. I'm down to Orcs, Nurgle, Elf Union, or Necro.
For your playstyle, Orcs.
You think so?
They're just solid. All around solid. Like Nurgle, great team. I think you'd be fine, but you only have the 2 Pestigores. Yeah. That would be my worry about that with you, because you probably just, well, they're fine. They're decent speed-wise. It's just they're going to get hit by the dodgy snack and sent off the pitch immediately because of your luck.
With me, yes,
Yeah.
I know. I orcs have kind of came out of nowhere, and really, I didn't start thinking about them until Orclahoma Bowl weekend, and then I was just like, "Dang! I mean, that feels like a lot."
You get a lot. You get everything you need. You can take a goblin, and if you need a one-turn touchdown, you've got it.
Right. And looking at those rosters, I'm like, okay, I can get 13 guys with orcs.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, do I only take one goblin or do I take two? And I know the right answer is only take one because you only need them when you throw. But when I play, especially in league games, I love having one goblin on the field because it's like some mobility, like to squirm through
Yeah.
some tackle zones to get to somewhere to give an assist or something like that. Now, they are targeted. And the reason it's worked out so well in league play is because they've hit my goblin, but they've never killed him or even, I don't even know if they've ever won off the pitch. They've maybe survived more than the blitzers have. So I've been very lucky with that.
But if you have two and they target him, more power. Like, if you're taking anybody from your team and targeting a goblin, you're winning that match.
That's true.
Not the game, but that matchup between players.
Yeah, I just go back and forth on like what to do. The team I was the most frustrated with playing was, well, one Skaven, because every time I play Skaven teams, what are you supposed to do? Just punch them in the face, knock down their armor because they don't have much armor. I can't break armor to save my life.
Yeah.
So it's always super frustrating most of the time with playing against Skaven. And then they just, man, the Skaven Blitzer just changes that team so much. So I really thought they were hurt by not having enough gutter runners after playing against them. I'm like, no, this team is super good.
That's why I said from the beginning, like, I understand the loss of the gutter runners, but where two of your positions are now one movement faster, and they have block and
strip
ball, they're just insane. They were great before. Like, you can't crutch the gutter runners like you used to, but whatever.
Right. I did have a dream the other night, for real, that we went to a Oracle and you were like, when did you decide to play Chaos Chosen? And I was like, I had so much fun playing them at your Nebraska tournament. I thought I'd just bring them here. And when I woke up from that dream, I went and plugged in the numbers and I could take Skitter Stab on a Chaos team and make it work.
It's not bad. So we're on World Cup report. We're doing a Oracle Cup. We're going by tiers. And absolutely, taking Skitter on a Chaos team is a good move because they're still a strong team with pretty much anything you need, and 4 strength guys with 3 agility. That never gets old.
Right. I'm just in that stage of like, do I want to play what I want to play or do I want to play what I think's best for the team? And then I don't know what that right answer is. And then I go like, well, I'm going to play the models I like the best.
So,
and then all 4 of those teams, I really like all those models.
if we were going by what is best for the team, Craig's playing Skaven. That's a winning team. I'm playing Nobility. That's a tying team. If you take Nurgle, that's a tying team. And humans are pretty much a winning team. What I mean by that is the expectation with Skaven is they're going to win more games than they lose.
I agree with you.
And same with humans. If you do everything, especially with the new rules, with the 3 strength, with the team captain,
right, the free pro, et cetera, et cetera.
You should win more games than you lose. I'm confident in my nobility that I think I'm going to win more games than I lose. However, they're a very good control team, and you can keep people from scoring and then tie. And again, that's what Nurgle is.
And that's how I feel about, this dream of playing Chaos is like, I'm going to have to get a few games where luck just goes my way to be on that winning side. But they're more of that tie team like Nurgle.
Well, see, to me, Chaos is what I would say is below a tie team. They're a hope team. Like, you need things to go your way to win.
Okay.
The other person has to roll bad. You have to roll well to win. You're just not going to win straight up on most matches.
That's fair.
I don't think it's a
Uh,
bad thing. I think it can be fine. Like you can, if you take some mighty blow and that starts working, they can be a great team. You take you take a frenzy and it ends up working. Awesome.
yeah, I feel like the orcs and the necro are, I guess, we go into your win
Yeah.
team type teams. I feel like the chaos team is tied to. I get what you're saying.
Hmm.
Need a little bit of luck, and then I feel like you're right about the Nurgle is like you're a lot of times maybe playing for a tie
Yeah, I don't see you winning
type
many
deal.
games with Nurgle, but I don't see you losing many games with
And
Nurgle.
then in the pro elves, I don't
That's
know where I fit them in because like if I get 7 guys beat up, I feel like okay, I still have 4 guys out there that with agility I could maybe make something happen,
not
but I
anymore.
just don't know. I don't know if it's enough.
In the old days, they were more the kind of hope team. Like you can play them well. Like with me with Jordell, you can do crazy stuff all the time. You can't do that now because the passing ability is not great with everybody besides the throwers. And
You're right about that,
that was the
and I
thing
and
back.
I thought maybe I would take advantage of trying to fumble Ruski at
Yeah,
Orclahoma Bowl, but it just never came up where it was like a good logical time to do it and try something.
yeah, like
So
legit, you can go into end zone to end zone in one turn with Frumble Rooski if you have it set up. But is that naturally going to happen? No, it's not.
right, right, I agree.
So,
So
like I said, I honestly don't care what you play. I think we'll do fine. I'm not expecting us to win every single
I
game.
mean the good news with our team is it's your roommate. It's Gary was my roommate back in college. It's a buddy team.
Yeah,
We're gonna do our best, and if we get something, we're happy, and if we don't get nothing, we're still happy because we don't have any expectations. I
right.
mean, there's
I
and we all know there's better teams with better players than us, but
like I
I would,
love Drew, but he wants to win, and he really wants to win.
is he going for sure?
I believe they are. Yes.
Okay, good. I
Yeah,
didn't
they
know
have a
for sure if
squad.
they were.
Hmm.
He's doing a 3 by block thing.
Yeah, I think it's him, Tim, Chance, and Nick.
Nick. Oh, that's a good solid team.
Oh yeah,
So, I mean, when Nick's your worst player, that's and no,
he's not a bad player. Yeah,
I'm not talking trash. I'm
right.
talking for real. Like, Nick's a great player. So,
Hmm.
like, but I would probably consider him maybe the 4th one on that team.
I guess it depends on what they take, but yeah,
Depends on what they take. But
we
man,
also
Nick's
aren't as familiar with him. You know.
no, but every tournament he is up there.
Yeah,
So that's true. Um,
should be a fun weekend. We don't know exactly when we're getting in, but we're definitely not playing that Friday. I think we're going to go to the baseball game that Friday evening,
yeah, our plan is to go see the Detroit Tigers play the Seattle Mariners.
which will be cool.
I'm actually really looking forward to the trip just to get away and the fact that we can go see some baseball, like just different baseball. Because
Yeah.
now I can go, just like when I went to the San Francisco Giants game, just go eat some food, have some fun. Who cares who wins? Have some fun. I'm really looking forward to that, and
You
I'm
know what?
hoping.
You know
What's
what
that?
I should do? Here, let me check something real quick. Because what weekend is that? It's June 4th and 5th and blah blah blah.
First weekend of June.
Okay.
You should go to where?
Let me look at something real quick.
You want to go to a hockey game too? Go see it.
No,
Oh,
no, not. I mean, nothing against hockey, but it's not my. I don't have to go see
if
it.
we get beat really bad Saturday, there is a like 1 o'clock Detroit game on Sunday. We could drop the tournament, go to another baseball game.
Darn. Okay. I was
What were
going
you
to
hoping?
say you could come out here early, and we can go watch a game at Kerr's. Would you have the week? Do you have the week off
I
after
do.
a Miracle, or just before?
I have both off right now, but in those 2 week time, I need to work at least 5 to 6 shifts. So
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to stack those up and how I'm
Well,
going to do that.
Cubs come to Colorado June 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Do they really?
Just saying.
Okay, that's pretty tempting.
You could fly back Monday, stay over, and we can go. It's a Tuesday night, so like 7 o'clock. But
Interesting. Stop Temptation Island and me.
But we can look at it. Rockies just swept the Blue Jays, which is
Would y'all
crazy.
talk some Blood Bowl? I don't want to hear about baseball. No, I'm joking.
No, that's fair. But yeah, apparently all the Blue Jays had the flu, so they can barely keep food down, which is what they're saying, which makes sense. But yeah,
Okay.
Rockies may not be the best team. In fact, they're probably the worst team the last couple of years. Gorgeous stadium, great time, love going. It's right downtown, no issues at all.
Very interesting. I'll really consider that.
Yeah, we'll worry about it when it gets closer.
Yeah, see where my money situation is. What else do we have going on? We covered your tournament. We covered Orclahoma Bowl weekend. I
Lucifer's
guess
next. That's
it's
all I know. And then
okay.
Oracle. I have. If anyone is in a state that I have, and this is not a high priority because I probably don't want to travel that weekend, but just put it out there. June 20th, that weekend. If you live in a state that I have not been to and want to put on a tournament and I can get there cheap, let me know because I have a 3-day weekend that weekend.
Oh, look at you.
I get off for Juneteenth, so
Oh, I
I
do
can
too.
I can
So
either
Steve will pay for me to go too.
I can either
Just joking.
just stay at home and rest, or work and get a floating holiday, or go around the country and play a game. I don't know.
Play those gnomes again. Get them off your.
No, Wood Elf. I need 6 games. Underworld. I need 7. Old World. I need 7. Orcs. I need 4. Lizard 1. Corn 1. Gnome 1. Those are the ones that suck. It's like I just need 1.
Yeah.
Chaos Renegades is 4. Black Orc is 4, and Amazon 6.
Man, you're getting close. Good for you.
Now my Amazon team, I need to get painted. My corn team, I need to get painted. Even though I have a corn team, I got the real corn. I have a real OWA team that needs to get painted. Everything else, I don't know if I have my Wood Elves with me. I only played Wood
Well,
Elves one time. I don't care. The freaking Wood Elves.
let's talk about elves real quick. Let's address the high elves. Any thoughts? Did you buy anything since GW didn't send us anything this time?
I did not. I was going to buy the spike next time I was at a store, but I have not been to a store that had the spike, so I'm not too
So
horribly worried about it. There's no stars in it. Again, like I
I
don't know
know,
what's going on there.
and it's killing me because like I don't read these spikes for stars, and yet at the same time I've struggled to read the last 3 spikes because I feel like there's nothing exciting, and I haven't read them, which
Now,
I always read them, and I once I read them, I always come back and I say like, oh, I really want to play Bretonians now because the fluff was so good and amazing and stuff, but they have a lot of cool like ads in the book, but
yeah.
it feels like placeholders taken away from stuff that we normally got in the past.
Yeah, I don't know. Mark Perry said that there is some really cool league rules, I guess, in it that would
Which
be.
which might be. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, but there's no. I mean, the old like comic strip that was in the back for like a 2-page story, that's no longer there.
Yeah.
There's no new star players, and
Yeah.
let's not kid ourselves. As much as I've read the past ones, a lot of times you read the pages that tell you about the positionals, and then you read about the positionals on another page, which is almost a regurgitation.
Yep, that was annoying.
But now I want to be selective and just read like famous teams of high elves and stuff like that. Like not having any star players or anything in there just I guess is killing. I guess I really like the comic, and I guess I did like the star player profiles and stuff, especially if they were new, and we're not getting those. And
It added
it,
a lot. I mean, you're taking 40% of our enjoyment away from a book, I would say.
I mean, like this ad here, this Gorgon smoked beastman, smoked cheese beastman by Gorgondel. It's a
Okay.
cool advertisement.
Yeah.
It's a cool. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I thought you
Okay.
could see.
Yeah.
It's a cool illustration, but
That's all it is.
It's all it is. And it's just, to me, like that's where the comic could have been. There's some nice pictures in here. The setup stuff. I mean, I know those are made for new players and not me, and I'm
So
glad that
one
they're
funny
in there.
thing,
But
one funny thing about that is I've seen multiple people asking how to get one high elf lineman because the starting roster there shows 7 linemen.
well, it's called buy another box,
And that's what GW didn't want people to have to do.
right?
Right.
Here's another one-page ad for like a swimsuit or something,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine and funny, but you've replaced. If these were an additions to what we had in previous stuff, I would like it. But like, I bought them, but I haven't read them.
Yeah.
I did. I was able to. My store didn't even act because I didn't even pre-order. They ordered stuff before I even had a chance to pre-order because they just thought we were getting stuff from GW, which is fine. But we never got dice that I can remember. Anyway, so I
Back in
missed
the
out the
long,
dice.
long time ago, I think.
Luckily, I found a store here locally, and I caught them on the day that it came out, and they got me some dice, and I got the Spike because my store ordered an extra copy. Luckily, so I got the Spike magazine, and the dice I wasn't going to get. I was actually going to use this as an opportunity not to get them. I ended up buying them because I had a birthday like 20% off coupon for this store. The dice actually look really nice. They're a nice blue color and stuff like that. So I can visually see they're very clear to me if I use them.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I did not buy a field this time. So I think that streak is broken, and luckily I have the old metal miniatures that I didn't need to buy this new box. So I'm happy about that. So
I do like the look of them. I really do. Like,
I do like the new models a lot.
yeah.
I mean, like a whole lot. I don't like I think the one Dragon Princes or whatever they're called. They look like they're on like 1 foot, kind of in the air.
Yeah.
But I think they're really nice models. I heard one of the linemen are really hard to put together, though.
Well, I mean, it is Blood Bowl.
I mean, yeah. But there was people in my store really excited that this stuff came out, and they ordered teams and Spike magazines and stuff like that.
I'm glad. And I don't want to, burst anyone's bubble. Like, enjoy it. I wish we could enjoy it as much as we would like. It's, like you said, just missing the star players and the cartoon, and I don't know. Just getting old.
Well, I think the idea is when the Spikes came out, whether we got them early or not, it was like, oh, did you see this? They brought this star player back. Or who's this new guy? Oh, this is this Kraken guy who has a squid face. And,
It's one thing, like, they're not making any changes to the existing game, period. Like, there's no new star players. It doesn't change the game. So that is, I guess, one of the things that I'm not liking. I want to see new stars, and
I have nothing to base this off of but history. I just think we're going to get a Death Zone book.
Yeah,
before the end of the year, and that's where all the other stars will be.
I'm hoping so, and hopefully modified 7s, just to have a quote unquote official rules since they don't appear officially yet.
Oh, the new 7s rules.
Yeah.
Oh, we might get that.
Which I guess, I mean, might as well talk about Blood Bowl 3 or Blood Bowl Warhammer, the computer game.
I don't play this, but it's changing to Blood Bowl Warhammer, right?
Well, we don't know. It's supposed to.
Or is it going away?
Well, we don't know. Wasn't supposed to. They're going through insolvency, so we don't exactly know what that means yet.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like bankruptcy.
Oh, okay.
So the company is going under. So we don't know if that means that it's a restructuring or they're going to be sold or assets are going to be sold.
You guys did not buy enough little upgrades of arms and shoulder pads and helmets.
Now, the thing is, they have, I don't know this for sure, but I would say that they have the whole new game, most likely very close to ready, because they even had what are they calling it? Blood Bowl.
Just Blood Bowl Warhammer, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they were going to do a 7s version.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, they even put out a video that I posted on Both Down page, which I guess you're not.
I I don't pay attention. I don't play the video game.
Makes sense. But yeah, they're going to do a 7, so they're going to beta test it. And like the week before they were going to beta test, the news came out that they were insolvent. So we don't know what's going to happen there.
Man, I don't. As a guy who doesn't play that, I feel bad because I know a lot of people do, and I know it brings a lot of new faces to tournaments.
Absolutely.
They try it there, and then they're like, "Oh, I want to play it in real life," and I didn't even know there was tournaments, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
A lot of people, I tell them I played Blood Bowl, and they're like, "Oh, the video game?" I'm like, well, it's actually based on a tabletop game. Oh, I never heard of that.
Right.
Which makes sense. People are going to know that a lot more than tabletop game.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work itself out. GW's big enough that I think it would be in their interest to have a regular Blood Bowl video game.
It should be, yeah. I would think it's, I don't know. I don't know how the other GW stuff translates to video games. Like I know there's 40K games, but are they actually the 40K game? Like tabletop game?
No,
or are they just a game that's set in that universe?
I think that's what's going on, but
that's what I think as well. Because I think they had a Mordheim game a long time ago, and it wasn't anything like the board game. So like I think Blood Bowl is the only thing that's really like the board game that's been put out. So that directly impacts your sales of your existing property, I would think. But what do I know?
Right. Well, all right. I just wanted to touch base with you on that and tell you that I thought the dice, I wasn't going to get the dice, and then I got the dice, and I'm really glad because they were nice, really pretty color blue and everything. So
cool.
So you might like them too if you see them. So
we ready to do some shout outs? Or?
Let's do some shout outs.
First off, the one that we forgot last month, Grant wanted us to shout out Chris Ham, who won his first ever Blood Bowl tournament, the Canadian Open in Toronto. And there were even over 60 people, and he still won. He beat Vanderby, Mike Kuhn, Sean Cowley, a whole bunch of people.
He beat a lot of good players.
Yeah. And Grant. He played against Grant on round 5 of 6. So,
nice. Well, congrats, Mr. Chris Ham.
I guess 2014 Canadian Open was his first ever tournament, and he's played 75 tournaments. After loads of second places and top 5 results, he's finally won one. So,
well, congrats
very awesome. I want to get a shout out to Rob Thomas. I assume not
from
Matchbox.
The band.
Was it Matchbox 20? Yeah.
Yeah, Matchbox 20.
I assume not.
Playing with Santana.
He wrote, "Hey guys, I hope all is well. Is the show coming back soon? Hope so." Okay. And I had to reply to him going, "Oh yeah, hey, the website's dead and the feed's dead, but we're still here. Here's the new feed."
Right.
He has not replied, so don't know.
He doesn't really care about us.
Maybe not. And then I had a kind of an odd shout out. Dragonstone Games and Hobbies in Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
Okay.
They're starting up, and I happened to see them on Facebook, and I saw an ad, and it said Tahlequah. I'm like, oh, really? That's kind of cool that they're doing a game store in Tahlequah, and I looked at it, and I made some comment of, if you do Blood Bowl, I'll send some prize support. And the owner reached out and was like, hey, man, I really love Blood Bowl, and, we'll probably do some, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I'm not near there, but if you need something, I'd be happy to do it. So it seems like they might actually be doing some Blood Bowl out there.
Well, that'd be cool.
Kind of far away from, more, but I don't think I've ever been to Tahlequah.
I have been to Tahlequah back in the time period when I was married to my ex-wife. She lived out that direction, and we visited Tahlequah a few times. There's a college there. It was nice from what I remember.
Is that northeastern Oklahoma?
It is in northeastern Oklahoma.
Is that the college there?
The actual college itself?
Yeah, northeastern Oklahoma State.
Oh, I'm going to find out for you. So
I kind of remember we used to get a lot of student loans for there at Oklahoma Student Loan Authority when I worked there.
There is
20.
Northeastern State University is in Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
Okay.
That is correct. Yep.
Yeah, 27 years ago, I worked at Oklahoma Student Loan Authority.
Man, we're old.
We sure are. Not loving it.
No,
I mean,
turn
but better than the
I
alternative.
I turned 52 since the last time we podcast, and yeah, I can I go back to 32?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Jennifer the other day was complaining about her hip being sore, and she goes, "I have no idea why I'm tired. I don't even know why my hip is sore." And I said, "How old are you again?" And she mentioned it, and I said, "Welcome to your mid 40s.
Yep.
It's only gonna get worse from here." And she's like, "Oh, great." And I'm like, "Yeah, getting old sucks."
Well,
I totally get why old people are always cranky now.
yeah. I'm thankfully knocking on wood currently. I've not experienced too much of that, so I don't want to.
Yeah,
But I do turn 50 this year.
man, you're an old man.
I know. I was hoping that someone would run a cool Blood Bowl tournament that weekend, but
Nah, you're not worth it.
probably not.
I I'm sure we could ramble. Oh, I do want to ramble real quick, and
Okay.
then we can be done. I I finished my quest to read all those GI Joes. I
Yeah.
started my quest on reading old Defender comics. Now I've read Defenders, I think it was 94 or 96, all the way through the end. But now I'm starting with issue 1. And matter of fact, I started with the Marvel features where Defenders first showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I have a trade that even has the lead up issues to the Marvel feature.
Were they Defenders or just crossovers between the characters?
So it started off with like a Doctor Strange book that goes into a Submariner book that goes into another Submariner book like a year later,
Okay.
which goes into another Submariner book and then to a Hulk book, which goes back into the Marvel feature number 1. Right? If I
Okay.
might have said that correctly. There was like 6 issues leading up to Marvel feature with the Defenders. And then those first 3 issues were Defenders in that Marvel title, and then they gave them their own book, and then it was bi-monthly for a while. I'm only on issue, I think, number 8 of the I've read like 15 books, but really it's only number 8 of
Right.
Defenders in this trade. I got some of those epic collections, which are reprints in color, a whole bunch of them. Roy Thomas, I know, was a staple, he was just a main writer for Marvel for years
Mm-hmm.
and many other comics. And then he was a Marvel editor and all that stuff. I don't think he's a bad writer. I don't think he's a good writer. Clearly, I'm wrong because he got a lot of work and made a career out of it. I personally, he might be a wonderful fellow. I just don't like reading his books at all. I just hate reading his books. And thank God he only wrote those books up to Defenders number 1. And then a different guy took over and it was much better. Are you familiar with Roy Thomas? Like, I don't want to like totally bash the guy because clearly he probably made a better living out of his life than I did. But the ironic thing is what I'm leading up to is I was complaining to another guy at work how, like, respectfully, I just don't like his writing. And then this last week, a new comics, A Savage Sword of Conan, comes out. Guess who it's written by?
No way.
Yes. So I don't know if they took an old Roy Thomas story
Okay.
and re-illustrated it, or at the age of 85, if he's still writing some comics occasionally.
So
I will say this: he writes Conan better than anything else I've read him that he's, to me, has written.
So,
but I still did not enjoy it.
It's funny you mention that because over Orclahoma weekend, Venn had bought an Absolute Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this is the Absolute edition, very big, has a whole bunch of stuff in it, but it has a whole behind the scenes of how Crisis started and what was going on. And Roy Thomas was writing All Star Squadron and Infinity Inc. at the time. And he is all over that comic about, when they're talking about things that could be done. He's like, okay. I have plans for this character, and I have plans for this character. This person you can do this with, but don't do anything with this. And he gets really mad because of Superman from Earth 2 being used, and
Is it like scripts of them talking?
letters of.
Letters. Okay. Okay.
So it goes into the whole process, like the lead up to Crisis and how it all came to be, and um, the missive goes out to everybody like, "Hey, everything's going to change. People are going to change. If there's characters that you don't mind losing, or blah blah blah, like there's a death list, all this stuff." And he's he's very adamant on what he wants and how he should be, because it seems like they don't talk about too much of anyone else. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. But he's got like pages of, well, this should happen and this should happen and maybe this should happen and this should happen. It's just like,
Well, I would say, like, especially during the 70s, he was like a super big writer.
yeah,
And probably, and maybe people like Phil, who's a little bit older than us and probably read comics during the 70s, I assume, maybe even Mike Muller could answer that because I think Mike's a few years older than us as well. Maybe they loved him. Like, maybe they got excited when they saw him write a story, and maybe he was good at the time. And I'm just reading old comics and so forth, and But anyways, I was just curious if you liked his writing or if what your thoughts were.
it's hard to say what writers I really like, because for the most part they don't stand out. And if
Okay,
they stand out, it's because I really like them or I really hate them.
right.
I hate Ron Mars, no doubt. He's a horrible writer. I've literally read stuff that I didn't know he wrote and did not like it, and then realized he wrote it. So that proves I just don't like his writing.
I've already heard that this weekend about how you hate Ron Mars because I saw Alan and he was so excited. Yes, if you're thinking like,
Yes,
are they going to talk about Blood Bowl? No, we're not
probably
going to talk
not. We're
about
done
Blood
with
Bowl.
that.
GalaxyCon in Oklahoma City, Ron Mars
Mm-hmm.
is coming, and he's like, Steve told me not to get an autograph by him, and blah blah blah. I
Um,
just laughed. I was like, Steve hates Ron
yeah,
Mars.
I do, and it's not even that he ruined Hal Jordan. I could excuse that. It was an interesting story at the time. I didn't love it, but it was the writing after that that really made me dislike him. Conversely, like I love Kurt Busiek, and anything I read of his, I love, or Jerry Robinson, or there are certain people, but for the most part, I don't know who wrote what. I just read
Okay.
it.
I pay attention to a lot of creators. I mean, like reading all the GI Joe stuff. I would have told you I do not like Herb Trimpe's art.
Mm-hmm.
I've grown to really appreciate what he did. It's still not flashy art. I wouldn't call him a great artist, but he was a great workman, I think.
Yeah.
And when especially he got to do his own book, it was even better. And he knew how to tell a story. And then like reading some of these defenders, Sal Buscema,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's the younger brother of John Buscema, which John Buscema is legendary. And I've heard Sal being talked as legendary. And I was like, I don't know about that. I'm really appreciating Sal's art. Let's put it that way. For 70s comics and stuff like that. So it's really growing on me, his
Yeah.
storytelling and stuff like
He
that.
is the younger brother.
Okay. So, anyways, I just thought that was interesting. And, reading old comics makes you really appreciate, or you either dislike or appreciate somebody that you didn't care for as much.
Oh yeah,
So,
I've been reading a lot of old comics lately. I've actually gotten caught up on everything, and they are, you have to love them to read them.
I heard old DC books are really hard to read.
Some of them,
Okay.
even as much as I love them, I may not read the whole thing. I'll just skim it because I don't need to read the words. I know what's happening. It's the same
Right.
story most of the time, but it's a lot of the 60 comics, and then you get some weird ones, and you get some really good ones, and 60s are just weird, man. Just in general.
Oh, there was some really crazy, maybe there 70s comics are great because everything goes back to like some demonic cult. Everything is a
Yes.
demonic cult.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, no wonder my grandmother, when like I wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, she She grew up in the 70s, man. She thought everything was a demonic cult and we're all going to die from demons because it's in comics everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Even one of those Defender issues, Roy Thomas writes himself into the comic and he's warning everybody about the cult that goes up to this mountain. And it's just like, oh my gosh. So,
I mean, it makes sense because this is right after
is this the Manson stuff?
Manson, yeah.
Okay, well that does make sense.
And Manson really screwed up the whole because you had cults in the '60s. It happens. And then he got really big and he killed people or had people killed, and then Jonestown too, where
that's true. I mean, that's all stuff that we know about but didn't live through.
Right, living through stuff is really different. Like when you talk to your kids 20 years from now, talking about living through current times, if we get to that point.
Oh yeah, if we make it out of this, so there's going to be a lot of talk about the 2020s.
Yeah, sure will.
Grandpa, did people? Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, there was people that did. Yes. For real, that doesn't even seem like that can be true. Well, let me tell you something.
What do you mean people didn't believe in the moon landing? We've been there, and it's a cultural heritage site now. Yeah, I know. Just, I don't have anything for you. People are stupid.
Right. No, I get it. Oh, anyways, we can wrap this up. I just wanted to. I know you've been reading old comics lately. I've been reading old comics as well as new. So, like, I just kind of wanted to talk to somebody about it. I know we can do this through text or I can just Google stuff, but it's more fun to talk to people. So
yeah, and you guys might like it. Some people do like it. If you don't, you can always turn it off.
That's true. Well, we did shout outs. We're going to wrap this up. And
we'll see you next time.
Anything else?
Nope.
That's it. All right. We're out of here. We'll see you guys.
You can follow Both Down on Twitter at Both Down. You can follow Scott at Fat Finley, FATFINLEY, and Steve at Kilowog2814. If you want to know if your team name is Both Down approved, send a tweet to @BDapproved. If you'd like to email them, the email address is bothdownpodcasts@gmail.com. Or for more information, you can visit them at bothdown.com or at facebook.com/bothdown.
Welcome to Both Down
episode.
All right, ready?
Well, you don't want to keep that?
No.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
What episode are we?